In this video, we will take a look at creating linked accounts. This is most often used in a husband and wife situation where primary accounts are shared, or in the case of education facilities where we may have a parent and child account. In this example, we will be referring to these as our parent and child account links. Let's go ahead and create our two partners for this example. I'll go ahead now and create our first user. And again, if I do not fill in information by way of room number, customer code, or card code, these will automatically complete. As we will be sharing a couples account, I'm going to go ahead and find and select my resident couple setup, as well as an extra charges account. I don't need to do any additional setup at this time other than potentially load a picture in for my customer. And in this case, I'll go ahead and do that. We'll open and we'll save. I'm going to go ahead and create the second partner in our couple here for today. So let's go ahead and create a new one. First name and last name are required. Additional information may automatically save in the system. Other information for room number and codes can be entered. However, this information can automatically generate if not entered. This will be left as a customer resident couple account, and I'll set up an extra charges account for the secondary account. Let's go ahead and load in a picture. Choose our upload. And we'll go ahead and say open. I'm going to go ahead and save this account now. So as we can see, I've created two new accounts. I have an account I'm going to use as our husband account and an account I'm going to use as our wife account. My first step in this process now is to link the wife account to the husband account so that we can share the accounts. I'll go ahead and edit this account that was created. And now, as we can see under primary account, there's an account number here ending in 98. If I take a look at the husband account, we can see this account ends in 96. This is the account that we are going to link to the wife account so that they can both share an account balance for their primary account. I'll go ahead and choose edit, and I'm going to change the account in this case. So when I choose the account, I can search by any piece of information available or by last name or by partial last name. As we can see, I have two different accounts, and I'm going to choose the primary one that we first looked at ending in 96 and hit select. I'm going to go ahead now and set the parent for this account. This is a database term referring to the primary account, as we're creating this account now to be our secondary account. I will set the parent account. I can search by code, first or last name. And in this case, I'm going to go ahead and choose this particular entry as the parent account. I'm going to go ahead and save now. And as we can see, primary account is set to 96. And if we go back to the husband account, the children of this account, again, database terminology for the secondary account is Jenna. Primary account ends in 96. Jenna's account ends in 96. And as we can see, the parent to this account is a John account. All of the account balances are zeros as these are newly created accounts. However, I'm going to go into the primary account, the husband account, and add some funds in through our customer account and our account transaction tab. I've selected on the couple account, and I'm going to go ahead now and do a new entry and credit some money to this account. I'm going to put $500 in, and I'm just going to save the entry. As we can see, there's now a balance of $500. And if I return back to my info tab, I can see the primary account balance has $500 in it, as well as the account balance for the wife account in this case, the secondary account. So they are now sharing this primary account. I'm going to go ahead and data sync this and run a transaction for one of this couple at the POS. And then we can come back and take a look at the information that shows up within our customer transaction info tab. Now let's run a transaction with one of our newly created users in it. I'll go ahead and choose cashier mode and swipe in my employee badge. I'll go ahead now and create a new transaction with one of our new couple in it. I'll find them through our customer search and by our first name. As we can see, I can find Jenna in here with our account balances. I'll hit OK. And I'm going to add in a couple of food items. as well as a beverage. When I hit total now and I choose on account, the food items will go to our first account and the alcohol items will go to the extra charges account. As we can see, the on-account billing took place for both of these amounts with a remaining balance of $0. We can see that the couple account has reduced from $500 to $485, and the extra charges account has gone into a negative of $8.25 as this is a charge account. I'll go ahead and close out this transaction, and now we can take a look on our back office again at how this transaction looks. Let's see how these transactions impact our account balances. I'll do a find to see the entire list of users in my setup. I'll choose the husband account first. As we can see, the primary account balance has gone down to $485.35. However, the extra charges account is remaining at $0 as this user did not run the transaction. We can take a look at the other account, the wife account in this case. And as we can see, the primary account balance is also $485.35, with a second account balance, the extra charges account, of being $8.25 in the negative. We can go into our transaction info tab now and also do a display, which will show us the transaction that she ran. In this case, the food items and the alcohol items were billed out to the correct account based on menu tagging. If I take a look at the husband account, however, and do a display, there are no transactions to be found as no transactions were run on his user account, only on the Jenna account in this case. If we need to separate the accounts, we can do it in a similar way to how we linked them in the first place. I'm going to go ahead and choose to edit the account at this point. There's a button here for remove parent. I'll go ahead and remove the parent and say, would you like to be separated from your parent? I say yes. We're going to remove the account linkage. Now I'm going to go ahead and set her primary account back to her original account. In this case, I'll hit the change account button, and I do need to check off the box for own account. As we can see, it automatically displayed the account available to her, which we'll highlight and select. And as we can see, it's gone back to 98. I'm going to go ahead and save this at this point. I'm going to return to the John account. As we can see, there are no linkages. The account ends in 96 and has the account balance of $485.35. If we return back to the Jenna account, we can see there's an account balance of $0 as no adjustments have been made, but there's also no linkages to a primary or parent account on this account any longer. At this point, we would now go into our customer account and do manual adjustments to these accounts to adjust the credit balances for both the primary, second, third, or fourth accounts, depending on the account setup. These are all internal processes that would be worked out within your finance team before proceeding with any account adjustments.